Today we will discuss why Kalash symbol is so much insulted in our um, from I would say Bollywood and in lot of Indian fake traditions. मैंने खुद पर्सनली देखा है कि मूवीज में बॉलीवुड में ये लोग क्या करते हैं कि चुन के दिखाएंगे कि वेयर कलश is placed on the door and the bride will enter the home for the first time and she will be made to kick the kalash which will be full of rice. I have confirmed with this with my family and with my ancestral people like my grandmother, and we personally have never had such rituals when the bride comes in. और इट्स वेरी अमेजिंग कि मतलब ये लोग इतना कन्वीनियंटली ये रिचुअल्स करते हैं बट देन इफ वन community is doing, one set of people is doing, why isn't anybody else doing? ठीक है, ये सबसे बड़ा सरप्राइजिंग फैक्टर है। तो मज़ेदार बात यह है कि इट कीप्स ऑन हैपनिंग, जबकि और जितनी भी हमारी पूजास होती हैं उसमें कलश को सेंटर ऑफ द टेम्पल, सेंटर ऑफ द पूजा में रखा जाता है, ठीक है, और इट्स लाइक इट्स वर्शिप्ड, इट्स उसके ऊपर आरती की जाती है, उसके ऊपर स्वास्तिक का सिंबल बनाया जाता है, ठीक है ना। एंड बट हम लोग क्या होता है रिपीटेडली उसका एक इंसल्ट देखते हैं, जैसे मैं आपको दिखा रहा हूँ। यू विल फाइंड लोड्स ऑफ इमेजेस of Kalash being kicked. Let me show you certain videos, ठीक है। So मेरे साथ आज कुछ फ्रेंड्स हैं, मेरे साथ हैं कुछ मेरे फ्रेंड्स and some are even Maharashtrians, and why I'm saying Maharashtrians I will tell you, because we will also discuss Gudi Padwa, why Gudi Padwa is also related to Kalash insult. Okay, if they have to show any marriage scene in very short, right, they will never show, they will try to always show that the women has got married and she's coming into the house kicking the Kalash. They will specifically choose this scene to show that that the wedding has happened, and this looks so silly. It amazes me that how conveniently they all poison our Hindu rituals, our Kalash, and they have no, you know, hesitations doing it. So let me show you this.
Yeah.
So this is a video of Bharti, who's a comedian, right? She is. You guys can see, right? So I will stop at the point where we have seen. Yeah, here you can see she comes and she kicks. Yeah, there it goes. She kicks it, right? This is wrong for every person who is watching, who watches this video. This is wrong. You're not supposed to kick the कलश। आपको कलश किक करना गलत होता है, कलश रखा ही नहीं जाता है डोर पे, ठीक है, ये बिल्कुल गलत है। एंड द फर्स्ट पर्सन टू एवर पॉइंट इट आउट was Captain Ajit Vadakayil on his blog, ठीक है। He has written loads of rituals which have been fakely inserted. My friends will tell you more how these rituals have been fakely inserted in a fake manner. They are poisonous. Okay, Kalash. Every pious mother or wife knows that Kalash को insult नहीं किया जाता. Let me show you quickly some more videos. This is a scene, and the lady will kick the Kalash. There it goes. I'll repeat. Okay, this is totally wrong. There are many such examples we can share. Let me show you another video. Okay, if you know a very popular series, Harshad Mehta, okay, in there also they had to show one example of marriage, and what they did was, only thing they had to show was the bride entering and kicking the Kalash. This, and this is an OTT platform video, guys, right? And it's, there is no censoring, nothing, and this is what it happens. So, what do you guys have to say about this? Like,
Hello.
yes, Swapnil, you tell.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like you said, all these videos which you have shown, all these females are brides are kicking the kalash at the doorstep. For Bollywood or any of these TV shows or any of these OTT platforms, for them, they are just symbolizing Hindu marriage to just kicking of the kalash. Not many of them will show the proper, the mantras and all, which are, or the vidhi of the rituals which are going on during the actual mantra recitation during actual ritual which is going on. They won't show this. For them, Hinduism marriage is just about kicking this kalash. That's what they like to show. Okay, and that too in a very wrong manner. Now some people, they will keep this, like in this video they have kept this kalash and the rice, then some will have some swastik drawn on it, and then someone will have something else. They all do it in different way. So there's nothing which is substantial, I mean properly written in our shastras or vedas or whatever for this particular ritual. So like Captain was the first person, Captain Ajit Vadakayil, whom we all are really thankful for sharing his this amazing truths to us, and bringing the true light of Sanatan Dharma to us, to the world, basically. So he pointed out first of all that this is wrong, and he did it by explaining what actually the Kalash symbolizes. Right? If anyone happens to read his blog, he has mentioned it really well about Kalash Patra in his for if I have to say just one line, which is beautifully put by me, the Kalash is in Hinduism is the most potent symbol is Kalash, a living metaphor. Okay, so Purnam, that is fullness, was it's the most uh, fulfilling of symbols of our Hinduism, and nowhere in our shastras has it been insulted the way these people have insulted and showed it in their uh, videos or movies or whatever. So this has to stop, and people need to get aware of what is all this fake poison injection that is done by Rothschilds. I mean, the all the fake history peddlers or the fake poison injectors into our scriptures to make us self-loathing, or perhaps put us on the wrong path of Hinduism, to show Hinduism in bad light. This is what I would like to say. Thanks.
So, what else? Like, why do you think it keeps on happening, keeps on happening, keeps on happening? So, this is another video. Clearly, the year you see, just insulting the color symbol, and no remorse, no, no care, no concern. And here, too, if you see, the kicking is done in a very insulting way. Well, there is no such thing as kicking politely or something, but here you go, right? I guess everyone is
She
able to
doesn't
see.
even, yeah, there's no feeling of, no sensitive feeling while kicking this pious symbol of our Hinduism. See, the whole year we keep, not whole year, like we keep this kalash in our, home mandir. Okay, we fill it up with water, we keep a coconut on it, we worship it, we do all our vidhis properly. And this is when a new bride, when the Ghar ki Lakshmi is entering into your home, you make her do this first thing. How doesn't this ring a bell to, anyone for that matter, to, understand this is wrong? This is not the way to bring a newly married bride into your house, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. This is not the way
And
to.
moreover,
Yes, Rudra.
yes, and moreover, it would have made somewhat sense if you even pushed it with your palms gently. And what is this kicking like a football? It definitely should create a doubt in anyone's mind. If this ritual is going on, but we never even thought about it until Captain exposed this deception to us.
Correct. So let me now.
And now we all
Yes, Shri, ma'am. Yes, Shri, ma'am. We can hear you. Hello.
so what I think
Yes, Shekhar.
what I think it is openly they are saying that we can disrespect Hinduism and Hindus can't do nothing. That's why they are showing on TV without the fear of
Correct.
reaction from the Hindus.
Correct. So that's an important point. Like, they don't fear that there'll be a backlash from the Hindu community. Hindu community themselves don't know what is right, what is wrong. Okay, Captain Ajit Vadakayil has been writing loads and loads of stuff to make Hindus understand that what is genuine, what is done from age old, and what has been inserted from recent 4, 5, 7, 8 centuries. Okay, there have been so many fake rituals, fake scriptures, fake festivals have been added. If you start making a list, you will forget what is genuine, what is poisonous. Okay, so why we are doing this for Kalash? Everybody in your house, I hope, worships and uses Kalash as a pious symbol. If you are aware of that, you have seen your mothers, you have seen your great grandmothers, your wife, your sister do it. How can you insult it in this manner? This is totally a corrupt practice. And interestingly, which we will realize now, and we have understood from the blog of Captain Ajit Vadakayil, that interestingly, this is done primarily from particular kind of people, a particular kind of community, not by everybody. As I told you, I don't do it. Everybody who is present here haven't seen such a practice of bride kicking the Kalash, in their houses. Okay, so when no one does it, why do this particular community does it, and why this is so prominently shown on the TV again and again and again? Okay, now let me go to a next connected topic with this, is that we are going to have a festival named as Gudi Padwa coming, right? So let me show you what is a Gudi Padwa festival all about. My friend Swapnil and Rudra will talk more about it, as they are Maharashtrians. Gudi Padwa is primarily known to be a Maharashtrian festival. Okay, and people celebrate it, but I have realized, speaking to my friends in who are Maharashtrians, that they haven't ever celebrated this festival, but they keep seeing people celebrating it. Okay, let me share you certain images.
So, if I may speak, the reason why we all are speaking against the wrong use of colors common is because it is the most sacred and potent symbol in Hinduism, and by disrespecting this symbol, they are disrespecting the entire Hindu community and all the things that our ancestor did. So, the most potent symbol should never be disrespected, and it should be used as our ancestor taught us to use it.
You're absolutely right, Shekhar, when you say that. Okay. So, speaking of Gudi Padwa, I'm a Maharashtrian. So, for us, Gudi Padwa marks the beginning of New Year. Like in all other states of our, they have different festivals. Like in Kerala, we have Vishu. In Punjab, they have Lohri, I believe, right? Wherein it marks the beginning of the New Year. So, it's the same day. It's the same, astronomical. I mean, the sun's basic movement through the sky, which marks the beginning of a new day. So it's a new year starting for us Hindus everywhere. So now, for in specifically in Maharashtra, what we do is like we make sweets. We start off by greeting each other, family members. It's a basic, really, happy day for everyone, and we are sharing all the gifts with each other and wishing each other well. So one thing that is particularly done only in Maharashtra is known as Gudi Ubharni. Okay, wherein what they do is this Kalash, which is the most potent symbol of our Hinduism, the most pious symbol of our Hinduism. It is what is done is they empty it, the empty Kalash. It is impaled with a stick, put up a sari and some garlands or something, sweet or something, and then it is hung outside your window through the stick outside. And I would like to share certain things from my childhood. Like in when I was a kid, I used to ask my mother, okay, why don't we do this? Now, being a kid, I didn't knew. I couldn't, I won't say that I was interested in what does it mean. I started asking those questions later. So during that time, I used to ask my mother, why don't we have these structures hanging
Exactly.
outside few windows, and everyone was wishing each other, and it was lying. I mean, it was erected over there. So I used to ask my mother, why aren't we doing this? And she used to reply me, we don't.
Fine.
No one in our family did. Some people do in our village home, but they are our distant relatives. They do it out of their choice. So that's the reply I used to get every year, and I used to ask my mother every year in hope to convince her so that we can do it as well. But she never did it. She told me, listen, no one did it in my mother's side as well, and no one did it in your father's side as well. So we can't do it. So I was like, okay. I would basically eat two puran poris and then shut up. That's what I used to do. So that was one thing. But then much later, when I read Captain's blog about Kalash Patra and I understood the meaning. This many people would when any Maharashtrian would be getting
वो इंसाइड है तो ये आवाज़
offended
माइक में
when
आएगी
he would
रिकॉर्ड
read
की
it.
आवाज़.
When he or she would read it. But if you have certain patience and certain perspective to look at things from a different angle, like so I read his post fully, okay, and I tried to understand. Now, to understand what Captain has written, it doesn't. It doesn't actually grasp into just a single reading. You have to connect a lot of dots. So it wasn't like I wasn't I was against it or anything. No, I just had my faith. I said, let's read it up more. The most important emphasis made by Captain Ajit Vadakayil was on the true symbolism, the true meaning of what a Kalash is. Okay, the way he has explained it, how our ancient Maharishis used to carry the Kalash, and about it being a transducer. Now I'm a man of, I'm an electronics person guy. So when I read that word, it triggered certain things in me, and I was like, okay, transducer sounds really interesting. So then I read it up, and slowly I started to understand where this is coming from. Basically, slowly starting to understand what a Kalash actually means. I don't claim that I know fully about the the total physics of it or the nature of it. But from what I've read and what the symbolism, both with respect to uh, you know knowledge and Shraddha, spirituality and science, with respect to both, it seemed to be a very pious symbol and very uh, important symbol to us. Now, coming back to what is being practiced in certain Maharashtrian homes, that is turning it upside down, emptying it, and then decorating it with all this stuff. It didn't make sense to me then, and I was like, okay, this is wrong. You cannot do this. Specifically, the line which Captain has written in his post, Purnam, that is fullness, was reduced to Shunyam. In Malayalam, Shunyam is a curse word. So that is something which is really important, and people should look at it that way also. I mean, not that way also. They should look at it that way only. That is the right thing to be. You won't understand a certain thing is wrong or right, anything, unless you go to the depths of it, unless you try to understand it and try to look at it from different point of view. Now, this isn't just one reading and you're like convinced. Okay, theek hai, chalega. It has to. There are many dots to connect here, and we should have the patience. Anyone basically interested in learning the truth about this particular like the way Captain says it, it was a Rothschild's festival for Chitpavan Jews to divide Hindus. Now that is what has happened. certain people did it, certain people didn't do it. The ones who did it, they don't know why they are doing it. To be honest, like I would also like to share a few points which I had while discussing about this particular festival with my friends and nearby ones. So there's a friend of mine who stays in Satara side. Okay, so he straight away told me, "Look, Swapnil, we don't do all this stuff. I mean, no one in our family did it, and no one does it. I mean, we have never done this thing, this type of a vidhi or whatever." So I was like, okay, fair enough. But there are certain other friends of mine as well who are from Ratnagiri and Sindhudurg side. Okay, they don't do at their homes, but some people, like even my mother told me that someone from our distant relatives, they do it at the village home. The eldest person in the family does it, and similar was told by these two friends of mine as well. I'm sorry for any disturbances if there are any. Okay, so yeah, so these friends told me that they do it in their village homes. Their eldest people, they follow it. Not everyone does it for them. So I asked them, okay, what is the reason behind all these, Gudi Ubharni, basically? So one friend told me, no, I don't know. The another one told me, even I don't. I told them, just ask your parents what it is. And none of them knew what exactly is going on over here. What does the symbolization, what is the symbolism behind, impaling this pious, potent kalasha of Hinduism and putting it upside down and keeping it in your windows. So none of them had an actual answer to this. But the one particular friend of mine, he told me, like it was kind of a funny thing to me. To be basically, I asked him, okay, what is the logic behind doing this? Keeping this structure up. He asked me, do you know what what is the symbolization? I mean, what does a Christmas tree symbolize? And I told him no. He said, yeah, this is similar to something like that only. No one knows why it is put up there. They just have it. They just have been doing it since their previous generation did it, and that is why they are doing it. Now he wasn't that uh, serious about the topic as well. So I asked him to elaborate further. How would you see? Like I told him, okay, this is Kalash. We keep it in our puja rooms, and we worship it. We fill it up with water. We keep a proper coconut over it, and we worship it. Devotion, our with complete devotion and respect towards it. And then one day, which is the start of our New Year, Hindu New Year, we take it, we empty it, and we impale it with the rod and put it outside our window. How does that make sense? So he was a logical guy, and he told me, okay, yeah, that does sound a bit weird to me as well. So I sent him Captain's post, and now he's reading it. Let's see what he has to say. But meanwhile, he also sent me an image. I mean, Mohit bhai, if you could show that image, you know, hello.
Is this the image?
Yeah, this is better. Okay. So now everyone can see. Cool. Go ahead. Leave it like that. Shekhar,
It's
leave it
important
like
for.
that. So
Okay,
what is the point,
yeah.
Swapnil? What
Yeah.
and
So this friend of mine, he's a really good friend of mine and a thorough logical guy. So he sends me this image, and I did ask him the first question which came to my mind, which again our fellow friend Ritvik, he also pointed out immediately. But these are the individual representation. I mean, symbol meanings of this all these elements which are in this Gudi. Okay, how does it make sense in a combined way? So he was like, okay, I don't know what to say. So he's just reading up the blog right now, and I'm sure that he'll understand it fairly well as well, because Captain has written it down in very extensive manner and to the lowest common denominator. Like anyone can understand it easily, right? Maybe it will take some time to comprehend. It will take some time to go around it, but people will definitely understand it. So this image was sent to me by him. Now, and Gudi is similarly, erected at every not every, I mean a certain Maharashtrian homes. Now there's also another thing which which I spotted. Just a minute. Yeah, it was like nowadays it's people are doing massive hype around this as well. Okay, the Gudi representation, they are taking out. There's something called a Shobha Yatra which goes on around Maharashtra, specifically Mumbai and the suburbs. So what they do is they take out huge processions, and they are carrying goodies in their hand, and they are just dancing with it. It doesn't make any sense, yeah. It doesn't make any sense. Like with regards to our true festivals, we all share joy, and our festivals are the greatest source of happiness and leveler for every person, right? Every Hindu. I'm not just talking about a particular community or particular state or language. It's a great leveler, and it keeps brings everyone together. But this is something which kind of looks like a Brazilian carnival kind of a thing. They have reduced it to something like this.
Right.
They're taking out processions, like specifically this one, which doesn't have any importance. They're like all getting dressed up, and that's it. Nothing else. There's the spirit of true, starting of the new year, like the way our Hindus would do it. True Hindus would do it. Like that isn't followed. Instead, something else is done, which is not acceptable. But as we all know, people are slowly waking up. It's slow, but people are waking up. They are referring to Captain Ajit Vadakayil's blogs and trying to understand the truth, right? And let's hope that it happens uh, faster. So yeah,
Right.
this is my
तो यार ये बताओ,
experience which I
हाँ
shared.
हाँ,
Thanks.
अभी
Yeah.
ऋत्विक एंड स्वप्निल, like why this Gudi Padwa is, when we understand it's celebrated only by, possibly by Brahmins. Whoever else celebrates is just copying it without knowing what they're doing. And tell us about कि ये चित्पावन Brahmins का क्या आपने समझा है? हाउ द महार क्लैन का क्या कनेक्शन लगता है आपको? कि वो लोग तो लगता है कोई सेलिब्रेट नहीं करता, मेरे दूसरे महाराष्ट्रियन फ्रेंड्स भी सेलिब्रेट नहीं करते। अब ये 13th को आएगा, यू विल सी ऑल द एफ्लुएंट महाराष्ट्रियंस ट्वीटिंग अबाउट दिस फेस्टिवल, एंड मार्क माई वर्ड्स, कैप्टन अजित वाडेकर ने शो किया है कि ये लोग ओपन में आ जाते हैं इन ट्राइंग टू सेलिब्रेट दिस फेस्टिवल। सो आउट ऑफ नो वेयर दे विल बी हाईलाइटेड ऑन द नेशनल टेलीविजन। हाँ ऋत्विक, व्हाट इज योर टेक? क्या बोलते हो?
See, since childhood, like Swapnil's family, my family also doesn't erect the Godi. And since childhood, whenever I observed the image of Godi, or whenever I used to see the Godi erected in my neighbor's balcony, I used to think that maybe it's a representation of some deity. Like maybe the Kalash is symbolized as the head, the stick as the vertebrate column, and the sari over it as some clothing, and the patasha sweet strangled with the thread as a sort of ornament or garland. But even that I didn't get the answer to that, if whether it is a deity or not. No answers from anyone. Like it was just done with the spirit that कर रहे हैं तो बस कर रहे हैं।
कर रहे हैं तो कर रहे हैं, लेकिन ऐसे तो बहुत सी चीजें
हाँ,
लोग करते हैं, बट
आंसर
हाउ डू यू
मिला ही
थिंक
नहीं।
इट्स फेक?
हाँ हाँ
मतलब क्या तुम्हें इसमें खटक गया?
हाँ yes तो when Captain revealed in his blog post, first of all, about the history of about how the Marathi community, the overall Marathas in Maharashtra got infiltrated by some clan, by some foreign clan. Then slowly, Captain also revealed the infiltration of scriptures and also the fake gods with it. And so with fake gods come fake festivals as well. And then Captain revealed the Gudi part as well. And Captain, it made much more sense when Captain mentioned about Kalash Kumbham thing, the how it as a how it as a symbol plays a larger part, and how inverting the Kalash Kumbham on a stake is a grave insult to that Kalash Kumbham, to that pious symbol. So and it also got and all this also got connected in my mind that you know यार हम ब्राह्मण से क्यों सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं? ऐसा क्यों नहीं कि हम लोग जो मराठा से बाकी दूसरे कास्ट है वो क्यों नहीं सेलिब्रेट कर रहे? ऐसा क्या है कि ब्राह्मण से कर रहे हैं? ऐसा तो कोई फेस्टिवल नहीं कि एक्सक्लूसिवली ब्राह्मण से कर रहे हैं। तो दैट स्ट्रक इन माय माइंड कि हाँ, ये इन्फिल्ट्रेशन की वजह से ये घुड़ी इरेक्शन का सब पूरा इन्फिल्ट्रेशन का ही खेल है पूरा। In a way, either to insult Hindus in some or the other way, or to make fake rituals to divert the Hindus from the authentic festivals.
Correct, correct.
Hello.
हाँ Swapnil, you wanted to say
Yeah,
something?
I would like to I would like to also add something like Ritvik has mentioned about Brahmins. I would like to particularly mention that not all Brahmins, okay, just a particular community like which you Mohit Bhai rightly pointed out, the Chitpavan Brahmins. Now, who are these Chitpavan Brahmins? I mean, they are mostly located on the western coast of Maharashtra, which is the Ratnagiri and the Sindhudurg districts. Okay, so like we learned it from Captain's blogs that during those times, certain Bene Israeli Jews, like the clan which Ritvik had mentioned, the Bene Israeli Jews, these guys were dropped off the coast of Konkan, which I mean Ratnagiri and Sindhurg. It was together they call it as Konkan. Okay, and that is another reason why these Chitpavan Brahmins are also known as Kokanastha Brahmins in Maharashtra. Okay, so they have infiltrated every particularly every industry, especially the media ones, the media industry, the entertainment industry is particularly infiltrated by these people. It's filled by those people. So, like you mentioned previously, all these affluent people will start posting their photos and videos of celebrating Gudi Padwa by impaling a pious Kalasha on their windows and then doing all sorts of propaganda around it and showing it to be the true spirit of Gudi Padwa, which is totally fake, like we all know it. Okay, so this is how these people are spotted easily. You know, they have these particular signatures with them, which they follow, like which have been propagated by their uh, Bene Israeli clan in their lineage, which is followed by these people. Because there's another, I mean, the Deshastha Brahmins, the true son of soils. I mean, the Brahmins of Maharashtra. I don't know. I don't think so many of those do. I don't have those contacts, and basically, I mean, from our generation, we don't go around asking people if you are a Deshastha Brahmin or you're a Kokanastha Brahmin or which caste are you. That doesn't really reflect in any of our normal discussions like we millennials or we the new generation has with our friends. But one basically comes to know through a bit of chat or bit of digging up certain history or someone just has mentions about the family history or something. So yeah, all these affluent Marathi celebrities, they will come up with all their posts and videos and showcasing. In fact, the entire the news channels as well, the Marathi news channels, they will start uh, running, having their logos will be having this symbol. This happens every year. Every this major Marathi news channels, they have their logos with the Gudi Padwa, their stick and the Kalash symbol attached to their logo. So this is how they try to normalize it. You know, like ये तो ऐसे ही होता है. I mean, Gudi Padwa is celebrated this way, and the major part of it, like we eat neem and sweet with it. Okay, to symbolize the start of. I mean, I do remember I once asked my mother, that evening we do puja at our home, like every Hindu family does it, and my mother gave us neem leaves and a sweet to it with it, and I asked her that why are we eating this neem. She was like, no, it's to uh, it has a deep Ayurvedic meaning to it, like it's Vasant Rutu, and using neem is the first point which is mentioned in to during Vasant Rutu. I mean, to clean up your body, to cool it down, because neem has those properties. So this all things are not pointed out. What is pointed out, what is being tried to normalize to run their propaganda, is only this Kalash, this upside down Kalash symbol. But we try. I mean, luckily it doesn't happen in my family, and henceforth, and it will never happen as well, because more and more, like I said, I keep it spreading it amongst my family, in my friends. Some agree, some don't, but it takes time, but it will happen. We are sure of it. Thanks.